Good morning. It is Sunday, the 1st of July. Woo! And it's Crypto Divas with me, Gillian Gottsell, and my partner in crime, Liina Bilson. And Liina, you're just back from London. Tell me about what happened there.
I went to the blockchain summit in London. I had a great time there. Lots of interesting presentations, lots of interesting people, and of course a crypto pub crawl. I mean, what more can you want?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the weather was fantastic, and I have missed these traditional British pubs. There's really something about them. We became good friends with a nice guy called Gary. He's working on NEM, and NEM is really something to look out for.
I haven't heard of that. What is that?
NEM, they are doing blockchain.
Okay.
So you can use that blockchain to build your applications, and instead of sort of traditional smart contracts, they do smart assets. So it's very scalable, and it's faster and cheaper than most other solutions out there. So definitely one to watch. And they've been going since 2014, so it's not a new ICO that's promising a lot of things. They are actually doing it.
Okay, it was one to watch out for.
Definitely. So yeah, it was a fun week. Lots of meetings.
Were you speaking?
I didn't myself. Our scientist, Professor Alex Norta, did a keynote for us explaining, technically why we need blockchain for such large industries like insurance, for example. And then we showed a little demo of the prototype of Black Insurance as well.
Wow. A good week then, a good trip.
Yes, definitely. Enjoyed it.
Okay, so good news then. I'll carry on good news. You probably saw during the week that Facebook has unbanned its crypto ads. Hooray! Now, ICO ads are still banned, but on June 26th, they said they are no longer going to ban, market ban cryptocurrency ads, but you have to apply. They still want to have a look, and you have to get approval. It's not quite straightforward. And I wonder, will the others follow suit? Last time Google and even MailChimp and everything followed suit to Facebook. So it'll be interesting to see if that opens the space up again.
Yes, hopefully. I mean, there are many gray areas as well in advertising. So, for example, on YouTube, I see regularly ads running on ICOs, and it's not even, secretly promoting it. It's pretty blatantly buy our token and you'll get money. Mm-hmm. So maybe some fall through the cracks or some different targeting there. But yeah, as I'm currently marketing an ICO project, it is quite the pain. You can do your ads, but you can't find your target audience. So you're kind of fumbling around in the dark. Makes you think, like, how did we find people before all the programmatic ads? But yeah, that's definitely good news, and probably the others will follow. And because I get they are scared, but you can't really stop this industry anyways.
No, the cat is out of the bag.
I think the solution here, even with the ICO ads, will be, how you can today advertise forex trading and things like that. You just need a license to be a licensed broker.
Yes.
And that's probably where it's going to have to go.
And of course, just the buyer beware, I guess. This is your money you can lose all your money. It can fall. I think if that is stated up front, that would make it simpler as well. Just, buyer beware.
Definitely. So I have some news about the Polish Bitcoin Association.
Me too. Yeah.
So I think this is something that really needs to be done because it's happening everywhere. And in Estonia as well, bank accounts are being closed when they're seeing a lot of withdrawals from Coinbase, for example. And now the Polish Bitcoin Association, they've appealed to the Office of Competition and Consumer Protection. And I hope that they will win, and I hope that the rest will.
Because, in that report, they said there were 52 companies. These are legal companies. They're not illegal companies. They're not dodgy. They're not doing funny, darknet stuff, whatever. They're perfectly good business entities that have been refused service. And if you don't have, I think I said last week here in Ireland, the pillar banks also withdrew services to Irish companies. And I spoke with BitCove, which is an Irish exchange, and he said the two AIB and Bank of Ireland, the two pillar banks, they stopped overnight, and Permanent TSB gave them a 2-month lead-in, and they were able to find a bank in Lithuania, I think it was, that also has, it's in the same SEPA region, so it won't affect their customers. But that's crazy that they had to go to outside the country to get banking for a legitimate business. So the banks are scared, definitely scared. So that's not good news, because it's hard to operate a business without a bank account, obviously. Yeah. And then also, I was seeing too as well, there was a report in TechCrunch about all the dead coins. I don't know if you saw that. It's like apparently 1,000 dead coins out there at the moment. Coinopsy said they actually counted 247 dead coins, and how the criteria they used was they're either abandoned, scammed, the website was dead, no nodes, no social updates, or the developers had walked away. And of course, that includes the infamous BitConnect that closed in January. And dead coins on the site, they said there's 830 dead coins. That's why TechCrunch totaled over 1,000. And it's interesting to note that, you know, the Cointelegraph said that for the first 6 months of the year, there's like 13.7 billion raised in ICOs, so it's twice that of all of last year. But of that, 1 billion have been raised by dead coins. So it's definitely buyer beware. So that's not so good.
Definitely. Now, let's look at something more fun. CryptoKitties is embracing open source now. So CryptoKitties, they raised $12 million in March, and this is something so cool. I mean, I think CryptoKitties was exceptionally well done in the terms of how it went viral. I love it. So people are just buying and selling these pointless kitties. I've done it myself. It is fun, and that is a huge industry. But they've been criticized for being too centralized. Mm-hmm. So now they're doing things to sort of work it out, trying to balance owners' rights with some limitation on how the tokens are reproduced. And yes, they have loosened up the terms of service and put the license out there, and they're trying to sort of make it more in aligned with the whole blockchain promise of decentralization and so on. But
and you actually own some kitties, do you?
I think not anymore, but I was kind of when it first came out, I was looking around there and buying and selling. But it's fantastic. It's something fun. It doesn't really, add any value to the world, but people need entertainment as well. Same way as when you play computer games and buy some sort of different skins and creatures for your game.
Yes, yeah. That's cool. I was going to say, there was other good news again. In Austria, you can now buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ether, and 6 other altcoins from the post offices. That's clever, because I know here in Ireland, the post offices are always in danger of closing down because people don't post things anymore, and they're trying to add more services, because a post office can be the centre of a little village, especially in rural areas, certainly here in Ireland. And rural communities get very upset when they lose their post offices, because often, for maybe the older people, it's the only interaction they might have. They pop in to get their pension, or to send a letter, maybe, or to talk to the post office, the mistress or the master, or whatever. But so in Austria, they're doing that. In 400 post offices are going to be, you can buy Bitcoin and 7 others. And there's also 1,300 post partners run by Bitpanda, that retail exchange. And you put in your postcode, you find your local center, and you can buy Bitcoin and other coins in denominations of 50, 100, and 500. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Post offices do it here as well.
Now I have something not so nice. Price is always something to talk about when it comes to cryptos. Now the price of Bitcoin fell to pushed down to 5,755. That was last Sunday. It has recovered a little bit now, but if you look at it in the long run, it has been on a downtrend since May, beginning of May. And if you look at the patterns, it's probably going to go down even lower, maybe going to hit the level of 5,000. So we really need a significant change for the price to keep changing its course. But that at some point will happen when the market is truly oversold.
I mean, I I get a bit depressed sometimes when I see it tanking so much. I go, oh, just get up there a bit and just, just be a bit more buoyant. It's I don't necessarily want this kind of trajectory, but it is upsetting to see it so low. And then you have people like, I saw a very short clip of your man Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, and I saw him at a talk. He gave a conference here in Dublin a couple of years ago. I actually don't like him because what I've read about him. I love the film. The film of Wolf of Wall Street was hilarious and brilliant, but I read a lot about the man, and he scammed his daughters and everything. I just don't like him. I didn't like him in this presentation, but apparently he was slagging Bitcoin as a Ponzi scheme last year. And then I saw him on Facebook there. Someone put a clip up where he said, "I told you, you all gave me the hate mails, but I told you it was a Ponzi scheme, and now it's crashing and burning." And I'm like going, "Oh, I don't like him at all." And so that's kind of crazy. Anyway, but more good news. This is weird news. There is now officially, I don't know when it was actually launched, when you saw it this week, a blockchain-based religion. And I know how people who are in crypto are kind of a bit zealous and excited about it. But the former Augur CEO, Matt Liston, he has launched a religion called 0x Omega. He did it with artist Avery Singer, the New York Museum. She actually created this avatar. And it's very iconic. It's like, it's got tattoos and piercings and an infinity tail and a Dodge head, so it's kind of weird. And he wants to, he's not a prophet, he says, and he's not a divine being, which is quite nice. He's not totally mad, but he wants to base the religion on the idea of to incentivize mind share and consensus. So that's religion, I guess. I mean, people are quite, when you're into crypto, you're quite into crypto. So maybe there's a thought process. You just wonder, will there be any forks? Lots of mini religions coming.
Probably.
Yes.
I mean, whatever floats their boat.
Yeah.
Religion as a whole, most of it is made up. And the thing is, people just want to be with like-minded people and share their beliefs. So, go ahead.
Well, the nice thing is he's not pretending to be a divine, prophet. So that's kind of nice. He's not going to be like this mad cult figure, so that's that's kind of cool. And then did you see the bad news in China that there was a flooding? Major crypto mining operation got wiped out. But because we know that Bitcoin will consume 0.5% of the world energy by the end of this year, and China accounts for about 70%. So when this flooding happened, there was talking that it might slow down the whole chain, but it didn't affect the hash rate over the few days where it happened. So I don't know. That's not good for it's good for the industry, not good for the per mining operation, because the mining equipment is destroyed. So that's not so good. Yeah. That's all my bad news.
Well, that's all from my part. Do you have anything more interesting?
The one last thing that I had, is just a very short thing. There was a big blockchain conference in Japan. And since the Asian tiger back in nearly 20 years now, since that totally collapsed, Japan has struggled to get back on its feet again. I mean, there was so much losses during the crash of the Asian tiger. But they had a big blockchain conference, and Japan, all the leading industry experts there are looking for crypto to make their economy more buoyant again. So that's good. I mean, that's positive to see a country looking to blockchain to bring them forward. So that's happy days. Definitely. So what do you think? Is it a good week or a bad week for crypto?
Well, price-wise, probably bad. There have been some good news, some bad news. For me, nothing exceptional from the state of, catastrophe or everything being brilliant. So, it's there right now. As the price is declining, everyone is getting a bit negative, but got to stay positive.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm the same thing, because I was thinking this week, nothing really, apart from the church, the block church. I love that idea. But there was nothing huge jumping out at me, which is kind of good. There were no major scandals or anything like that. So that's positive. So maybe we're normalizing. So I'd opt for a good week, I think. It's still sunny here in Ireland, so I think we might go for good.
Yeah, let's go for a good week.
I'll go for good. Okay. That's brilliant. Well, thank you to everybody who's watching. Thank you, Liina. We'll see you same time next week.
See you next week.